go with open session. In closed session, the board took action to vote on the readmittance of student number 22-23-05-5762-691450. The board voted unanimously to approve. The vote was 5 ayes to 0 nays. Approval of minutes. Can I get a motion and a second for the approval of the minutes from the August 8th, 2023 board meeting?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Business from the floor. The board meeting is a business meeting of the board held in public forum to comply with the Brown Act. It is not a town hall meeting with the board. This is the time for citizens to present problems or questions they feel the board should discuss. Individuals are encouraged to address the full board, not individual board members. The law prohibits the board from taking action on items not on the agenda. Speak to request cards should be filled out in advance and presented to the superintendent's executive assistant. Instructions for submitting remote public comments can be found on our website, busdk12.com, under the tab Board of Trustees. The board has a policy of limiting any speaker to not more than 3 minutes. We do have a card here. Ms. Rebecca McCullough. For the record, please state your name.
My name is Rebecca McCullough, and today I'd like to address the board on 3 issues. One, I was concerned about you guys not having a note on the door to where the board meeting is at, and a note on this door to let us know that it's happening in this room. 2, I'd like to address the safety issue. I have a concern about the safety issue on campus. I was at the Title I meeting at my kid's school, and they didn't address safety as a concern. And I'd like to address the safety issue with the buses. My children both ride the bus, and there's a safety concern at the bus stop. There's a safety concern with the buses. You have cameras inside the bus, but you don't have cameras outside of the bus, where there's cars that are not following state law, and it's putting children's life in danger. And it's happened more than once, and we're only going on the 3rd week of school. And I want to bring that to the board's attention immediately to make an address to this concern. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any more cards or any emails? Okay. Reports, staff reports. Monthly cash report, Mr. Beaton.
So as of August 14th, 2023, we had $538,566.63.
Thank you. Superintendent's report.
Thank you. Good afternoon, board members, staff, and guests. We are in our 3rd week of school and have made it through Tropical Storm Hillary. I want to say thank you to the board, cabinet, leadership, staff, students, and our school community. Sunday, I was in constant communication with High Desert Schools District superintendents as we maintained a vigilant eye tracking the storm. I had hoped the storm would pass by without requiring school closures, but once it was determined it would be in the best interest of student and staff safety, I acted quickly to notify the board and our school community. I'd like to send a huge, not just big, I wrote big, I'm going to say a huge shout out to the district's FM&O staff who worked all day Monday assessing damage at our school sites. They worked feverishly to get our schools safe and ready to reopen today. They did an amazing job and they were here, and I just want to make sure that they know how much I appreciate them and how much the board appreciates the work that they did so we could reopen our schools this morning, which we did on time. So please make sure that they receive that message. On Thursday, August 24th at 4:00 p.m., just before the back to school event at Barstow Junior High School, the district will host a ribbon cutting ceremony. All board members, staff, students, families, and Barstow community are welcome to join us as we celebrate the reopening of Barstow Junior High School. Last week, back to school events were held at Cameron Elementary, Henderson Elementary, and STEM schools. It was a pleasure seeing teachers in their classrooms. Families were enjoying the events, and students were happy to show parents their work completed so far. And it is always my desire for every Barstow Unified School District student to have an exceptional 2023-2024 school year. I'm very proud to be here representing them and our staff as BUSD superintendent. now?
Sure.
April
Yes.
Clay,
Yes.
if you're okay, we'll go ahead and let her have a moment to address the board.
Sure, is the board feel okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome.
We had already completed public comment, but we're going to go ahead and take a pause in the agenda and let you address the board if you're ready.
Thank you. I apologize in advance. Been here about 7 minutes, knocked on a bunch of doors, didn't touch this one. Because it had a little window. I was like, I don't know what's happening in there. So thankfully, someone was kind enough to tell me where I was going. I kind of want to stand up and be formal, but because
By all means.
you're all seated, okay. Thank you. So my name is Dr. April Clay. I do serve, I don't want to put my backs to the rest of the group. So I do serve as the CEO of Clay Counseling Foundation. We are a nonprofit organization. We serve San Bernardino and Riverside counties. We actually are in the process of opening an office with the support of IHP here in Barstow. And we've been serving this community for the last 2.5 years. And so as the CEO, I think it's important for you all to know, we prioritize and serve the community from a culturally responsive space. It's on our website, it's in all of our trainings, it is who we are at our core. With that being said, when I talk to your superintendent today, and I'm gonna try my best not to feel as passionate as I do about it, but I do feel very passionate about the topic we're talking about, because for an organization like mine to say we prioritize being culturally responsive, to hear that we missed some cultural component in our organization's approach as we were serving students last week is devastating. Not unrecoverable, but it's heartbreaking to hear that the information that was shared, the content that was discussed, how the kids in the breakout sessions, all of that was overshadowed by something that was truly perceived different than it was originally intended. And so with that being said, I want you to know that that matters to us. It matters enough that you'll see both my clinical director, who was in a meeting until she had canceled her 5 p.m. session, finished her 4 p.m. session. She should be here in a few minutes. And our another one of our directors will be here shortly, because we think it's important that you know who we are and what we stand for and how we prioritize the young people that we serve, because our goal is to help the community get better. Our logo is getting better together, and the biggest part of getting better is to help families and children be well together. That being said, I just don't know how else to say that we have every intent and desire to correct what happened. The video that was shown, I learned after we hung up, because you asked me what age group, I gave you the age group. I thought, of course, I'm the CEO, I don't always go to the groups, but I try my best to go whenever I can. So you will see me from time to time pop in, but every site doesn't know my name, I don't go to every site. With that being said, when the clinical director approved the curriculum, it was for an older group of young people. It was actually a high school curriculum and inadvertently was used with elementary school. But after having one of my board members, who's a district administrator, she reviewed the content and she said, well, they're doing a wobble against each other. Maybe we shouldn't have any of the kids see it. And I said, okay, you're right. So as we talked through it, I learned and understood better what the perception could be and was. And so essentially, I missed there was terminology in the video, parents may or may not know. The term was used, hookup. I've been married for almost 30 years. Great thing, but it leaves you out of the loop. I miss sometimes the cultural context that young people use. I miss that. I asked my clinical director, like, what's that mean? Because, as we discussed, it has a secondary meaning. It has multiple meanings. In my culture, as a Black woman, when we say hookup, you're gonna get the hookup, that's usually resources. It's tied to resources. But when they said they're gonna hook up, I was like, they're gonna connect. Okay, totally missed the idea that there's a whole nother seedy side of the use of that terminology. So when I saw it, I didn't see what other people have seen. And now that after looking at it again, we definitely know and understand the cultural context that that terminology was used and how it was perceived. And it will definitely has already been pulled by our staff. And so as a result, we want you to know our next steps are to ensure that every site that we're in, because we do serve schools, plural, across multiple districts through both counties. So as a result, we do have a new process that will be rolled out where the school that we're going to be going to will have an opportunity to review said curriculum. They usually do. A letter was sent home to parents at the sites that we were on campus with last week. So they did know that we would talk about privilege. Parents did know that we had content about understanding inclusion. but they did not know what the video was, the site hadn't viewed the video, that will no longer happen. The sites will always get a chance to view the videos in advance. We typically respond in appropriate ways, but this one was just missed. And so I do deeply apologize. We have been serving your students for over 2.5 years, and our goal is to continue the relationship that we've developed and not to limit our services, but to extend our services. We provided services last week at no charge. 2 weeks ago to the district, we came to one of the sites who's had a history of some students becoming challenging with new people. So we were proactive and supported the site because we had the resources in our budget. We provided to the district. Why? Because we love Barstow, because we've been here and we plan on staying in this community, because we see this as a community need. And let me just share with you on a personal note, my sorority has started. I'm in a Black sorority. Those of you who don't know, look this up. Not just the vice president, because I'm not in hers, but I am a member of a Black sorority, historically Black sorority, and we do a lot of community service. And we actually just launched in May a chapter here, serving the high desert, 5 cities. Barstow was one of the 5, because I fought for it, because Barstow needs resources, flat out. We do community service, and I think it's an important thing that we do is provide resources where they're needed. So just to sum up what I was sharing with you all, in talking with the superintendent and reviewing the content of the video, we absolutely are heartbroken that content was definitely taken out of the intended perception. We do plan on sharing with the superintendent and the board the video. We did like a drawing, and the kids did breakout discussion, and they talked about what are privileges, what are things that we're born with that are innate to us, etc. So the kids did have, appropriate for 9 and 10-year-olds, conversation around privilege and what things they come to the room with, what resources they actually come needing, etc. So we want you to see the outcome of the conversation, because the video definitely wasn't intended the way it was perceived, and we wouldn't want you to wonder what the discussion was. We want to be transparent and upfront with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Pike. Okay. Board reports, Ms. Clemmer,
I have nothing to report.
Mr. Watson.
I actually have something to report. I went to Cameron back to school last Tuesday. It was awesome. Great to see the teachers. The one thing I wanted to mention was, the main thing was earn your leadership every day. That's what Michael Jordan said. And I love seeing Mr. Leslie literally in the front greeting every parent that came into the school. Deanna goes to every site, takes a picture with the teacher, sees everybody. So I think that's a big thing that I want to continue, is the leadership in Barstow, and just continuing that. So I appreciate all you guys.
Okay. Mr. Helder.
So I guess 2 things. One, it was nice to see all the teachers. One, as far as just my own children and their back to school nights at STEM and Fine Arts. Also, I got to do some site visits with Ms. Swearingen to Skyline Central and Lenwood Elementary. So thank you for that opportunity. It was nice to get to see a lot of the staff out there in the field doing their work. And also, I went Monday through Wednesday with Mr. Doki at the pool. So that was just kind of interesting, and I think it was neat just getting to watch the students kind of learn and grow. They were doing both academic work as far as measurements, buoyancy, that kind of thing, but then also building skills in the pool. So it was kind of nice to see their overall development. So.
Thank you. Mr. Perea.
I just want to welcome everybody back, staff and students, and hope you have a great academic year.
Thank you. I don't have anything to report, but I would like to concur my thoughts with FMO and thank them for all the hard work that they've done. And I think we got lucky. You know, I know some of us wanted to see a storm, but when we think about the damage that it causes and the resources that it puts upon not only the city, the homeowners, and the school district, yeah, we're pretty fortunate. And it was a good rain without all the damage. Yeah. Ms. Massimini.
So first of all, I would like to welcome our new ASB advisor, Michelle Lopez. So she started today, so we're working on getting her situated. We're taking pictures this week with Live Touch. So 10th grade took pictures today, 11th grade will take pictures on Thursday, and 12th grade will take pictures on Friday. Our freshman pictures were supposed to be taken yesterday, but with the cancellation of school, they're moved to next Monday, the 28th. Senior portraits are being taken through Prestige Photography, and our seniors can sign up online through Google Classroom. Our first home varsity football game is gonna be Friday. It's gonna be military night, and the student section, we're gonna wear red, white, blue, or camouflage, and kickoff is at 7 p.m. Girls tennis, our first home match is tomorrow, starting at 3 against Oak Hills. And starting this year, we've moved to the college, which is really, really nice. Homecoming. So homecoming is gonna be on September 9th, and our theme this year is Under the Sea. Our ticket sales go on sale Monday, August 28th, and they're gonna sell through September 7th. It'll be $30 for students without an ASB card and $25 with an ASB card. And Powder Puff signups are starting the same day, Monday, August 28th, and going through September 1st. And our seniors are preparing for a fun night of flag football to get us hyped up for the Axe game. Pride Packs are getting ready to come to a close, and it's an opportunity for our students to purchase their yearbook, card, and senior Pride wear, all for a discounted price. Freshmen, sophomore, and juniors pay $140, and our senior Pride Pack is $170.
Thank you.
Who do you play in your first game?
The Lancaster.
Thank you, and as always, we know that you're busy, so if you need to leave, please feel free to do so.
Thank you.
Representatives reports, BEA, Ms. Lewis.
Hello. So first, I just want to thank Ms. Swearinger for making the decision to close schools for the safety of our staff and our students. I know that that's a difficult decision, and there's a lot of factors that are involved in closing the school. So we do appreciate you taking appropriate action for the safety of everybody. There's definitely a lot of dirt on the roads. And then our SPED teachers are ready for their SACE logins. They don't have them yet, but they're looking forward to that, and we look forward to working with Dr. Reed and getting that up and ready and supporting our teachers with that brand new system for the IEPs. I know there's been some trainings, we still got a few more to train, but they're ready for those logins and they're ready to get started on it. Some of our schools had some back to school nights. It was really neat to see Mrs. Swearinger there interacting. I didn't see any board members, sorry, I'm sure you guys were there. But I was stuck in my one little classroom. But it was nice to see her out there introducing herself, meeting the families, and it was nice to have Marcia's there. Marcielis, that's it, right? Marcia's, okay, Marcia's there, taking pictures to kind of show people the great work our teachers are doing. I like the photos, because it really shines for our teachers. They put a lot of time and effort into those classrooms, putting up those bulletin boards, setting up their stuff. So it was nice to be seen out in public for them to do. I thought that was cool. And then I would like to just real quick introduce our new vice president that got voted in, Leslie Hess, because she'll be here as well sometime instead of me. So I just want to introduce our vice president.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hello. Thank you.
CSEA, Ms. Gonzalez.
Good evening, everyone. So piggybacking on BEA as per usual, we also were very appreciative of the school closure, keeping diligent into the safety of staff and students. I, for one, would not have been able to come to work yesterday as my area was completely flooded out all the way into my driveway and my yard. So I live off 2 dirt roads, so I wouldn't have been able to make it into work. So I appreciated that, that was considered the safety factors with I-15 closed and all of that. So getting back to work today, we still had some that are still dealing with the tropical storm, but for the most part, everybody has fared very well compared to what it could have been. On another positive note, we have closed our negotiations for this year with the district. So this is the earliest in the year that we've closed negotiations, and I'm not even sure how many years. So I'm very grateful to the district and their team and being able to come to agreements as best as we were able to and as early on as we were able to, so that we can move forward and enjoy our academic years with our students and other staff members. So that's a really positive for us. Our first meeting again is this Thursday at 5 o'clock in the STC. So unfortunately, I'm gonna miss my opening at my own school because I have my meetings pre-planned, they're already preset and I don't want to change that. So we don't really have a lot on the books right now. So I just hope everybody has a safe, next few days getting through the storm and, all the excess that comes with it after the fact. So, thank you.
Thank you. Personnel Commission, Ms. Jewell.
Thank you. Board member, yes. The next commission meeting is scheduled for Thursday, September 14th. There are currently 346 classified employees. We have 4 recruitments open. There are also 2 recruitments in the screening phase and 1 recruitment is in the testing phase. At the August 10th meeting, the Personnel Commission selected Mr. Ben Rosenberg as the joint appointee. The public hearing and swearing in for that position as the joint appointee will be at our September 14th meeting. And that I conclude.
Ooh. Thank you. Communications? None? Adoption of agenda. Can I get a motion and a second, please?
So move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Presentations, recognitions? No? Okay. Consent agenda. Can I get a motion and a second, please?
So move. Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Discussion items. General L11, new board policy and administrative regulation 4157 period 23, mandatory badge requirement.
So this is the first read of the board policy 4157.23 in reference to bringing back what the district used to have as far as mandatory badge requirement, referencing all staff members wearing a district-provided badge in reference to safety, in reference to recognition as far as that they're a staff member. So we believe that this policy was overlooked back in 2021 when we were redoing most of our policies. So this is the first read in order to bring this policy back. And next step will be for it to come back to the board 2 weeks, the next board meeting for the second read, and then it'll come back to the board, and then that'll be it, second read, and then approval. And we'll move forward in making sure that staff members are provided an updated annual district ID badge that they will be required to wear on their person while they're either on contractual hours or conducting business for the district.
All right, thank you. So that's just presented as information. Are you Ms. Clay's colleagues?
Yes.
Would you like to go ahead at this point?
Introduce yourselves. She's Dr. Clay has already spoken, but she mentioned that you were going to be here, so if you'd like to stand and be recognized, that would be great.
Yes, most definitely. Tawan Green, Assistant Director with Clay Counseling Foundation. Do we have a moment to speak, or did you want us?
It's up to you.
Sure.
Yeah.
No worries. I don't want to take too much of your time. Just want to be in complete, be here and present with you all to say that we are in complete understanding of the inappropriateness of the video that was shared with the students. Our apologies. That video will be discontinued, and we look forward to taking whatever steps that we can take to ensure that we don't cause any harm to your students, families, parents. Again, just like we're coming here to you today, we don't mind speaking with the Skyline parents at a parent-teacher conference. We don't mind speaking with the staff, whatever we have to do to be able to make sure that we ensure the importance and understanding that we have a great relationship for the past 3 years, and we want to make sure that we continue that relationship. So again, our apologies. And I'm accompanied by my friend and colleague. She's our clinical director, so she oversees a lot of the individual supports that we offer to your guys' sites. And so just want to make sure that we came and for one, acknowledge that there was concern with the video that the students were shown. Again, it wasn't our intent to cause that level of harm or expose them to that level of inappropriateness. Our intent was only to build the community and get them to understand the idea that we were intended to do with the video. That was the perception that was received by some of the parents and teachers. Again, we apologize for that and take full accountability.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys making the drive.
No worries.
Since you made the drive, you might want to try our Del Tacos.
Oh,
Del Tacos originated here in Barstow, and they are better than other Del Tacos.
I haven't eaten today, so I might check it out. Thank you.
All right. We will continue. L411, purchase order listing 0802 2023 to 0815 2023. Mr. Beaton.
So we have our POs from August 2nd through August 14th. They're for your consideration. Our big ticket items there you'll see is mostly transportation. It accounts for half of it. Most of the other stuff is normal routine stuff to get us through the district.
I have a question.
Sure.
Purchase order 240340, Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation, 52,000 change. What is that?
What page?
Page 4. Purchase order 240340,
Barstow High School?
Barstow High School, yeah. Hazelden Betty Ford Foundations.
Title 1.
Title 1. Jamie, do you know what that's for?
Hold on just a second.
Jamie's gonna pull it up. Is there Title 1 we were, she'll be able to tell you.
It's from Barstow High School, and it is it click counseling for Hazelden Ford? No, okay.
We can always follow up.
It is a license.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can follow up, Jamie.
Okay.
Let me know and I can
Okay,
follow up.
okay, when I'm on the spot, I'm sorry.
L6A1, public hearing and adoption of general declaration of need for fully qualified educators, 2023-2024. Revised, did I skip something?
You did not get a motion.
Oh,
Second
yeah.
vote for that.
That was a test, you guys passed. Okay. Can I get a motion to accept that, those purchases and a second, please? Second. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Okay. L6A1, public hearing and adoption of general declaration of need for fully qualified educators, 2023-2024, revised. Recommendation, recommending the Board of Trustees adjourn to a public hearing on the general declaration of need for fully qualified educators. It is 5:30. We will adjourn. Anybody? Bueller? Okay, we will reconvene. It is 5:31. Following the public hearing, recommending that the Board of Trustees adopt the declaration of need for fully qualified educators, certifying that there is an insufficient number of certified persons who meet the district specified employment criteria for the positions listed on the attached declaration. Said declaration shall remain in force and effective until June 30th, 2024. Background information, Ms. Swearingen.
Mr. Gutierrez.
Yeah, so this is actually the third time we've seen this done, call it the done. CTC is going through some changes. Last time we changed the form, and then this time they wanted some specificity with the Spanish class. They wanted us to specifically add the word Spanish to the need for the world languages. That's the only change. It's interesting because this is the first time they asked for that, and so we're going to correct it and get it and adjust as we move forward.
Okay. Any questions, concerns? Can I get a motion and a second, please?
So move.
Second. All in favor? Aye. L6A2, public hearing for provisional internship permits, otherwise known as PIP, for educators for the 2023-2024 school year. Recommendation, recommending the Board of Trustees adjourn to a public hearing to provide an opportunity for the board to receive input concerning the proposed internship permits. We will adjourn. It's 5:32. Nothing? Nobody? Okay. We will reconvene. It is 5:33. Background information. The provisional internship permit was created by the California Commission on Teacher Credentialing in response to the phasing out of emergency permits. It allows an employing agency to fill an immediate staffing need by hiring an individual who has not yet met the subject matter competence requirement needed to enter an internship program. Prior to requesting a provisional internship permit, the employing agency must verify that a diligent search has been made and a fully credentialed or internship-ready teacher has not been found. B, requests for provisional internship permits may be submitted by school districts to solve a temporary certification or assignment problem when the employing agency finds there is an insufficient number of certificated persons who meet the specified employment criteria for a position or other compelling reasons. The commission may grant such a permit upon its finding that professional preparation equivalent to that prescribed under the provision or provisions to be waived will be completed by the applicant affected. C, every provisional internship permit request must include verification that a notice of intent to employ the named applicants in the identified positions has been made public. The superintendent of school district or his designee, her designee, must state under penalty of perjury that a copy of the agenda item that was presented to the governing board of the district in a public meeting is attached to the permit request and that it was acted upon favorably by the board. Current considerations, alternatives, Ms. Swearingen?
Mr. Gutierrez?
So we did advertise and we didn't have any fully credentialed teachers apply, so we're recommending approval.
Okay. Any questions, concerns? Can I get a motion and a second? I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. L6A3, public hearing for waiver for educators employed in specific positions not fully meeting California credential requirements for the year 2023-2024 school year. Recommendation, recommending the Board of Trustees adjourn to a public hearing to provide an opportunity for the board to receive input concerning the proposed variable term waivers of California education codes for the educators listed covering California credential requirements. We'll adjourn to a public hearing. It is 5:35. And we will reconvene. It is 5:36. Background information, the California Commission on Teacher Credentialing reviews requests for waivers that have expressly to do with educator preparation and credentialing and with the ability of employers to assign persons who are not appropriately credentialed for their assignment. A request for variable term waivers may be submitted by the school districts to solve a temporary certification or assignment problem. When the employing agency finds there is an insufficient number of certificated persons who meet the specific employment criteria for a position or for the purposes of education reform or other compelling reasons. The commission may grant a waiver upon its finding that professional preparation equivalent to that prescribed under the provision or provisions to be waived will be completed by the applicant affected. Every waiver must include verification that a notice of intent to employ the named applicants in the identified positions has been made public. By checking the appropriate box and signing the waiver request, the superintendent of a school district or her designee states under penalty of perjury that a copy of the agenda item that was presented to the governing board of the district in a public meeting is attached to the waiver request and that it was acted upon favorably to the board. Current considerations and alternatives, Mr. Gutierrez?
Yeah, so again, job posting was circulated. No, we didn't have any candidates that were fully qualified to teach under this CTE criminal justice position. The individual understands that they need to pursue additional classes or tests to make sure that they're fully credentialed and it's presented to the board for approval.
Okay. Anybody have any questions or concerns? No? Can I get a motion and a second, please?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
L6B1, transfer of classified positions, paraeducator special needs. Recommending the Board of Trustees approve the transfer of paraeducator special needs positions as listed below. Staffing considerations. One paraeducator special needs position, CIASN 081, 6.0 hours per day, 185 days per year, range 26 from Montera Elementary to Barstow Intermediate School, effective August 2nd, 2023. One paraeducator special needs position, CIASN 079, 6 hours per day, 185 days per year, range 26 from Barstow Fine Arts Academy to Lemonwood Elementary. Background information. Board approval is required to transfer established classified positions. Current considerations, alternatives. Mr. Gutierrez, I assume?
Yes. So yeah, these transfers are necessary to meet the individual site needs. There is one thing we need to correct moving forward. There are no financial implications. I know it says 4,500, so we're gonna have to do a correct copy on this item. Because there are no financial implications. So,
Okay.
just caught that, so.
Thank you. Any concerns, comments? Can I get a motion and a second, please?
So moved.
I'll second. I'll second. Okay. All in favor? Aye. L6B2, CSEA MOU number 23/24-002, interim out-of-class assignment between Barstow Unified School District and California School Employees Association. Recommendation, recommending the Board of Trustees approve CSEA Memorandum of Understanding number 23/24-002, interim out-of-class assignment, Director Facilities, Maintenance and Operations between Barstow Unified School District and California School Employees Association, effective August 14th, 2023 through December 31st, 2023. Background information, the Barstow Unified School District and California School Employees Association have negotiated in good faith regarding the MOU. Current considerations and alternatives, Mr. Gutierrez.
Yes, thank you. So this is an MOU that we negotiated with CSCA. As you guys know, James Hostetler retired, resigned. And so this is a working out of class MOU. And it was negotiated with CSCA, and we're presenting it for you for your this evening for approval.
Any comments or concerns? Can I get a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye, okay. L6B3, increase of work hours in classified position, paraeducator special needs. Recommendation. Recommending the Board of Trustees approve the increase of work hours for classified positions listed effective August 23rd, 2023. CIASN 069, paraeducator special needs, Lemonwood Elementary, from 5 hours to 6.5 hours per day. Background information, board approval is required for an increase of work hours. The position is currently vacant. Mr. Gutierrez.
Yes, Dr. Heather Reed has identified a need to increase the hours to support special ed program at Lemonwood, and the financial implications are listed and presented to the board for approval.
Any comments, concerns, questions? Can I make a motion? I'll motion that. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, items for future board meetings, anybody? No, all right, and we will close this out.
Can we go back into closed session?
Closed session,
Yes.
okay,
5:41.
5:41.
Julie, will be a need for,
No. They can all go, except Mr.
I'll say it.
No, I'm kidding.